Trustee Larry?
Thank you. I would like, in the near future, hopefully, to visit again class size reduction. We've had some comments from the public on this issue. And yes, being the representative during the LCFF committee meetings, this was a priority amongst the parents and the public in general as well. I'd like to see a discussion and vote on this. I understand that we might not get every school, but we need to discuss this as elected officials. And I want to see this on in the very near future, please. This shouldn't be held hostage by negotiations or used as a wedge issue. We need to bring this up because our parents and our community are demanding that we bring this up. Public labor agreement as well. If I could, we did have a very interesting debate shortly before the elections for trustees. Both sides came to the podium. We didn't have one word of a policy or proposal written down. Campaign contributions have been made. Now let's actually discuss this and get an actual policy so we can divide it, discuss it, and if it's voted up or down, at least we've done our due diligence. It takes two members to call on an item, to be on an agenda. We actually did have two members before, Ana de Rio Barba and myself. That had been ignored. I hope that we can bring this up. It also can take only one member, which is the board president. And I hope this can be brought up, public labor agreement. Plaza Comunitaria, I think, would be a possible achievement in helping our community and our parents and our students through their families. I'd like that to be discussed. Also, and I mentioned this before, we did 3 years ago pass a policy. I'm very thrilled that we passed the No Me Llames Oaxaquita anti-bullying policy resolution in the district. We're the first one in the country. I got on Radio Bilingüe on a national system shortly after this, and we got phone calls from all over the country, people asking for copies of this resolution. We were the front runners. I am afraid that the meat of this policy was that we were to have a committee to serve as a representative, a liaison, and also to study any complaints. And my understanding is this committee was never formed. It's great to pass resolutions. Let's actually, abide by them. Lastly, this is the first time in 12 years that I've seen any discussion cut short at 15 minutes. In fact, the other issue is we had translation. That 15-minute presentation was 7.5 minutes because it took half the time to translate it in English, not through any fault of the parents that came here. Now, she did a good presentation, but she also cut a lot of the information that she was hoping to discuss with us. Again, in 12 years, I have not seen us take the stand. And we've had many presentations where we've even discussed, should we allow this to go beyond 15 minutes? And every time, 100% of the time, the answer was yes. Now, be it the teachers union, be it laborers, be it parents, we have always allowed them to speak the time they want. And yes, personally, more time sometimes doesn't help the issue, but that's personal. We need to if there are 20 parents here and they say one woman is going to be a representative and they would like that person to speak for 40, 45 minutes, so be it, personally. And again, practice in the past has been, we've always had this 15-minute rule, and every time that I've sat on this board for 12 years, we have always allowed the presenter to go beyond that time. This time we didn't. Before we allow the person to get started, because she went up thinking 15 minutes, she had a clock up there saying 15 minutes, and it was translated. So half of that time was not her words, half the time was the words. So for the convenience of trustees and the public that don't speak Spanish, she should have automatically been given 30 minutes, so she could have given her presentation. We need to discuss, have a clarification on what we're going to do in the future, because this was unprecedented, what happened today. Okay, thank you.
And I have nothing to report this session. I call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved. Second?
It has been moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.